Hi, y'all. It's old Lip Lock no more. We're going to do a yard stroll, and I'm sure you can hear the melancholy in my voice. I've hesitated several times this morning trying to collect my thoughts regarding the Summerwells case. Here on Friday, June the 13th, 2025, 2 days before the 4-year marker of Summerwell's disappearance. Because although my thoughts are rambling when we do a yard stroll, I at least am able to collect them. I'm struggling with that today. When I did some self-reflection, attempting to figure out why am I having so much trouble collecting my thoughts, I realized that it is because so much in the last week or so here, by here I mean social media and yeah. So I'm having trouble collecting my thoughts because all of a sudden, after nothing, different things are happening in different places. Like a brother of some other brother calling someone named, I think, Jason Jensen with a tip that the brother's going to turn in the brother if the brother doesn't give himself up. And that tip was given to that social media person because the person giving the tip did not trust local law enforcement. Local meaning Hawkins County, Tennessee. Local meaning Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. What the hell do you mean by the local? And who the hell does trust Hawkins County Sheriff's Department, considering Ronnie Lawson and his son Brandon Lewis Lawson? Strange happenings here of late in regards to the Summerwells case. Design by design? Is it by design? A ripe fig. Is it distraction? What is going on? Okay, so to share another thought, and boy, I'm really having the brain fog. Jody Sue Brown, the former neighbor from 125 Ben Hill Road. I think we all know who I'm talking about. Seems to have gone off the deep end here in the last 3-4 days, doing 3 lives in a row, raising Cain about Andy and Becca Bernard. Andy Bernard, her baby daddy, Jody Sue Brown's baby daddy, the dreamer, the one that dreamed that he saw Summers, body, deceased. That guy. The guy that Fred Hill says he saw on the road the afternoon, in the early afternoon hours of June the 15th of 2021. Jody Sue going on and on and on about this and that with Andy and Becca. What the hell is going on? What is this game? What is this with Jody Sue? Don Wells coming out with the court documentation that DCS, Department of Child Services in the state of Tennessee, has dropped charges of neglect and abuse of children against Donald Wesley Wells and Candace Bly Wells, the parents of missing Summer Moon Utah Wells. Don and Candace signed away the rights to all of their children. And then what? Tried to appeal it. And then what? The appeal becomes moot. And why is the appeal moot? Because they have no children. They signed them away. I think they made some sort of deal. I think they've made some sort of a deal for some reason or another, perhaps for no other reason than to avoid being charged with abuse and neglect of children. I don't know. And we will never know. Because they're children and it's DCS. But why now? Why right now? Now I can understand why Don Wells would give an interview to news. Obvious why he would do that. Of course, once again, Candace Bly Wells, Summer's mother, according to the reporter, pretty much at the last moment decided she didn't want to participate because she's scared. Are you now? Are you scared of what? Oh, of the uptake in social media? There's going to be an uptake right now, Don and Candace, in social media coverage of your daughter's disappearance, because we are 2 days before the 4-year marker of it. Why all this hullabaloo right now? The week, 2 weeks leading up to this 4-year marker of Summer's disappearance. Why now? Why the weirdness of it? What the fuck is going on? Where is Summer Wells, who, according to TBI, disappeared sometime in the early afternoon hours of June the 15th of 2021. Where is she? Did an accident happen and it's been covered up? That's what I'm leaning towards. Look, I know things about these people being the residents of Ben Hill Road. I know more about them, things that have nothing whatsoever to do with Summer and her disappearance. Just weird shit. Like, I know that the red Subaru, I know the dealership it was purchased from. I know the street address of the dealership. I know how many miles the Subaru had on it the day they purchased it. I know the day they registered it. I know how many miles were on it when they registered it. I still can't figure out how you can buy a vehicle with 18 miles on the odometer, register it exactly 1 month later, there's 26 miles on the odometer at the time of registration, and you live 22 fucking miles from where the dealership is. You had to drive the damn thing home. What'd you do? Lie about that too? Just weird shit like that. And now all this weird shit right before the 4-year marker of Summer's disappearance. An innocent 5-year-old, blonde hair, blue eyes. Did she get a hold of the prescription drugs that were purchased that day for her grandma? Did she fall down the stairs into the dungeon and break her neck? Did somebody hurt her? Did somebody take her? Did somebody give her to somebody, sell her to somebody? Did she run off? They say she was wearing a pink shirt, gray pants, and was most likely barefooted when she disappeared in the early afternoon hours. Early afternoon hours, according to TBI, on the 15th of June of 2021. God, where's Summer Wells? Why did the baby go missing in the early afternoon hours, but the calls weren't made until evening? Why all this chaos and confusion right now? Why all this weirdness regarding this baby's case? Why? Who? What? Where? When? Who, what, where, when, why, how? Summer Wells and Summer Wells brothers. My name is Susan Brewer, and I pray for all 4 of you every day.